Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Icam out there, pushing this word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line to your lineage goes back to you being a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Hey, Shalom. It's your brother Halakia from the GMS Denver camp, coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, with another lesson. In this lesson, man, I want to go into Sirach in the GNT. We're going to read through Sirach chapter 44 in the GNT. It's going to be a couple parts because it goes on for a few chapters, so we're going to just do one chapter at a time and just go into our righteous forefathers, man. The men who have laid the way for us to, laid an example for us to follow after they long gone, man. Righteous men who were recorded and found favor with the Most High, received the Most High's mercy because what they walked in the spirit of faith and they walked in that spirit of fear of the Lord, man, which is wisdom. So that's what we're going to go into tonight, and just to show, this is what this is. How can I say it? We find ourselves here gathered amongst great men, the men of old, and also the men who are doing this now, man. We find ourselves being gathered here through the Holy Spirit, Yahweh Shai, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to walk as our righteous forefathers have walked, man. So we're going to get Romans 15:4 real quick. It says, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope." So all these righteous things our forefathers have done, they were written down for us to come and follow their lead and in the times that we're in now. So we can see, damn, what's the proper way to serve the Lord? What do I have to look to? Now, we know our chief example is Yahweh Shai. See, but the Most High set up men over the entire course of our nation's history to and had the spirit upon them to walk the proper way. So we have many examples to follow, man. You see? Many examples to follow and know and understand. If I follow this man's lead and do it the way he did it, I can find favor with the Most High. I can receive the Most High's mercies. You see? That's what we have to follow. That's what we have to stick to. That's why it was written down for us to have it here in these last days, man. So we won't feel like, oh, this is something impossible to do, or we didn't have anything to look to or outline to follow. We have it. We have many righteous forefathers who have come and done this before us, man, and they found great favor in the sight of the Lord to the point to where we're still reading about them thousands of years after they've gone. You see? Let's get one more. Let's get Hebrews 11. It says, we'll start at verse 1. It says, "What? Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." That's what we move in. That's what the Most High said the righteous will be doing. The just shall live by faith. We shall walk by faith and not by sight. Through faith are we saved through grace. It's all about faith, man. You see? And what we're about to read, the accounts of our righteous forefathers, it all goes back to that faith the Most High blessed them with to do what he commanded them to do. To walk as he ordained them to walk, right? It says what? Verse 2. "For by it the elders obtained a good report." And we're about to read that report here in the book of Sirach chapter 44 in the GNT. So let's get into it. So I had to do it this way because they don't have a Bible app with the GNT Apocrypha in it, but I actually bought the physical copy if you want to go pick it up from Amazon. And it's being wore out, but this is what it looks like. The Good News Translation Bible. It has the Apocrypha and the Old and New Testament in it, man. So that was a blessing from the Lord. So before we start, because this is a pretty long chapter, let me get some water. Try to get a gallon a day. But let's get it. This is Sirach chapter 44 and 1. It says what? The glory of the Most High in history. And what history? Our history. We have an illustrious history, man. We have a history that's chock full of ups, downs, righteous men, wicked men. You know, because the Most High was giving us all the examples that we can. Let's follow this righteous man example. Have another example over here. King Saul. We don't want to be like King Saul. Don't do what he did. And there's many examples all throughout the scriptures of what to be and what not to be. You know, and that was the Most High guiding us and teaching us what's pleasing unto him and what's not. And we're about to read the accounts of those men who pleased the Lord, man. So this is Sirach chapter 44 verse 1. It says what? So let us now give praise to godly men, our ancestors of generations past. And it's beautiful because I'm gonna get into it. It's beautiful because when I was growing up, coming through school, they would teach us about Black History Month, our history beginning with the transatlantic slave trade. We go back to these ancestors in Africa, but they can never tell us who our ancestors were, man. They would never tell us, okay, y'all go back to Africa. And I would be like, all right, to who? Who do we pinpoint in Africa that we go back to? And through the mercies, through the love and the grace that the Most High, you know, just has for his people, man, he's allowed us to understand this now, and we have something to tie it back to fully. We know that we go back to the Israelites. You see, the Israelites go back to the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which goes all the way back to Shem, to Noah, all the way back to Adam. We got our we have our lineage. We can trace our lineage all the way back to Adam, man. Now, can we go and physically find the document, so forth and so? No, it's all we understand and know it through faith, man. You see, we understand and know it through faith, and it's a beautiful thing to finally be tied back to the true understanding of who we are. You know, so it makes me smile when you read about your ancestors, man. Hey, the righteous and the wicked. You see? But it goes on to say what? Sirach 44, we're going to get through it. Sirach 44 and 1, it says, Let us now give praise to godly men, our ancestors of generations past, those whom the Lord honored with great glory, and whom his greatness had been seen. From the beginning of time, there were some who ruled kingdoms, and some who were known for their strength. Some were advisors, and some spoke prophecies. There were statesmen whose policies governed the people, rulers who issued decrees, scholars who spoke wise words. And those who used pointed proverbs, poets and composers of music, rich and powerful men living peaceably at home. All of these were famous in their own times, honored by the people of their day. Some of them left a reputation, and people still praise them today. And here we are, still to this day, after millennia, multiple millennia, we still talking about our righteous forefathers today, man. And that's what the Most High said would happen to the reputation of a righteous man, a godly man. It would never be forgotten. Are we not still talking about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Are we not still talking about Adam, even though he fell? Are we not still talking about the sacrifice of Abel? Are we not still talking about Seth and Enos? You see, the prophets of old, the apostles, the disciples, the apostles. You see, the Most High gave those men great glory because what? They found favor in His sight by being able to walk in that godly spirit, man. It says what? And they're remembered to this day. And Lord willing, we be a part of that number to make it on the first go around with Yahweh Shai. We're going to be written and talked about forever, man. We're going to be those righteous superstars in the kingdom of heaven. Well, our glory going to expand to the ends of the universe, man. They're going to know who we are when we touch down. You know? That's the type of reputation the Most High is going to give to His remnant, beginning with the teachers, man. This is what we're hoping to come into everlasting glory like our righteous forefathers before us, man. You see? It says what? Damn, what was that? Oh yeah, verse 8, Sirach 44 and 8 in the GNT. And some of them left a reputation, and people still praise them today. So we back in it. So it says what? Verse 8 again. Some of them left a reputation, and people still praise them today. There are others who are not remembered, as if they had never lived, who died and were forgotten, they and their children after them. But we will praise these godly men whose righteous deeds have never been forgotten, even though, because it's prophets that were not written in the scriptures. The Most High just gave us the ones we needed in this time. We're going to get all the books of the prophets back in the kingdom of heaven. But the things they've done, you see, and their lives as a prophet has not been forgotten, even though it wasn't written down in the book, even though the Most High didn't give it to us here on this side. Hey, what they've done, hey, don't it tell you real quick? Don't it tell you though? Let me see if I can find this real quick. Man, come on. Yep, this is Hebrews 6 and 10. It says what? For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. So just like even now, in these times here, you have brothers whose pages are not as prominent as some other brothers. But guess what? That doesn't diminish the work they're doing. Just because a brother has 54 subscribers, only get 1 or 2 views on the video, that doesn't make his work less of a work than the brother that's getting thousands of views. The Most High holds it all in high regard. You have some of the elders, man, they got thousands of subscribers, get hundreds and thousands of views on each of their videos, man. But guess what? You got brothers who has smaller pages and get, like I say, 1 or 2 videos. That doesn't diminish the work that we're doing, man. Just like it did diminish those prophets whose books were not given to us here on this side, man. Their works are still remembered by the Most High, and they're going to be rewarded for it. Just like those brothers who have lesser pages. Hey, you keep doing the work, your work is going to be rewarded as well, man. Because what? The Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love that you have showed toward his name, man. You see? And guess what? Your family's going to eat off of all that work you've done, even though won't nobody know about it until the kingdom of heaven. It's going to be good. You know? It's going to be okay. You see that? It says what? Oh, wrong page. It says, but we will praise these godly men whose righteous deeds have never been forgotten. Their reputations will be passed on to their descendants, and this will be their inheritance. Their descendants continue to keep the covenant and always will, because of what their ancestors did. You see that? You're going to be paid for what you've done in the past, man. Because that you are your ancestors. You see? You were just reborn in your lot to be a prophet, to do it all over again, man. And this is the final time that we're going to have to do it. Now that reward is coming. And all of our righteous forefathers who stood stiffly for the name of the Lord, man, they're about to receive their blessing. They're about to receive the inheritance that the Most High promised unto our forefathers, man. It says what? Verse 13 says what? Their family line will go on forever. And that's what we're hoping. Hey, that's what it's going to be with the remnant first and foremost. It goes on to say, because that's what we fighting for, man. We fighting for legacy. We're legacy minded over here. We're not looking for the temporary. Like you can have things on this side, but it's not the end all be all for us. We know and understand that when it goes down, we have to be as pilgrims on the earth, because we're about to be upgraded to something eternal, man. Everything that we have on this side is only temporary. It's only for a moment. It's all going to be taken away from us. Family, material things like your car, your house, or whatever it may be. All that shit is about to be gone. So like it tells you, those who have as if they have not, man. That's what you got it for a moment. When it goes down, oh well, Now we're about to move on to 100-fold with Yahweh Shai. That's how you have to think about it. A legacy, man, looking past this place, knowing and understanding that the kingdom of heaven is coming. You see? That 100-fold Yahweh Shai promised us for losing everything on this side, we're about to receive it. That's why we're losing all these things, man. And it's going to be okay. It says what? Sirach chapter 44 and 13, their family line will go on forever, and their fame will never fade. Do we not have evidence of this with our righteous forefathers who are written in this book? From Adam to Abel, Seth and Enos, Noah, Shem, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, King David, King Solomon, so forth and so on, man. Yahweh Shai, that fame is never going to fade, man. And it's going to be the same thing for us if we continue to endure. That's the fame we want. You see, an everlasting fame, man. Not some shit you get on this side, and as soon as Esau's not pleased with you anymore, he takes it away. Look at R. Kelly. Look at what they're doing to fucking Sean Combs, man. You see, and look at and the rest of those celebrities are gonna follow suit. They did all that wickedness to get to that type of status in Esau's society, and now look at them. The Most High is not going to do us like this, man. If we continue to do this work in righteousness, as our righteous forefathers have done before us, our fame is never going to fade. You see, we're gonna be famous all throughout the universe, man. Our name is going to ring bells wherever we go. That's what we're fighting for, man. That's what's most important to us. You see, it's about righteousness first and foremost, but being brought into that complete and full righteousness up under that sacred covenant is going to allow us to have fame forevermore. And our works will follow us forever, man. Every video you do, you see, standing stiffly for the name of the Lord, hey, all that is going to be written about, man. You see, all that's going to be written about. Just like our righteous forefathers before us, man, who left us the example to follow. It says what? Verse 14 says what? Their bodies were laid to rest, but their reputations will live forever. You see? And is he lying? No, we're reading about it right now. Accounts from thousands of years ago, man. We still have them to this day. You know? And guess what? Those accounts are never going to be forgotten. Verse 15 says what? Nations will tell about their wisdom, and the Most High's people will praise them. Now it goes on to Enoch, right? Verse 16. Enoch pleased the Lord and was taken up into heaven. He became an inspiration for repentance for all time to come. Do we not have that account about Enoch being beamed up into heaven into a so-called UFO or a chariot? Because he pleased the Most High as he walked here on the earth, to the point to where the Most High took him from amongst that wicked generation. And we're hoping to be as Enoch when it goes down, man, to be beamed up with Yahweh Shai. You see, to be saved, like Apostle Peter says, from this untoward generation, man. Noah, you see? Verse 17 says what? Noah was a perfectly righteous man. After destruction came by way of the flood, he gave the human race a new start through who? His sons Shem, Ham, and Japheth. That's how all the people are here on the earth, man, through those three sons of Noah. You see that? And why? It's because Noah feared the Lord and he built the ark. Because the Most High told him a flood was going to come to wipe out the majority of the people. And the Most High only saved 8 people from all those millions of people that were here. You see? That's how the human race was allowed to continue on, man. Because that righteous man who comes from our seed line, you see, feared the Lord and did what the Most High commanded him to do. It says what? Because of him, there were people left on earth when the flood was over. The Lord made an eternal covenant with him, promising that life would never again be destroyed by a flood. You see that? And that's where we get the rainbow from. That was the Most High's promise. It wasn't meant to be turned into some perverse signal or sign of rebellion, man. No, the rainbow is the Most High's promise that he would never flood the earth again, man. Well, you know, he would never destroy all life on earth by way of water. This time it's going to be by fire. You see, with the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America. by way of nuclear missiles, man. It says what? It says what? The Lord made an eternal covenant with him, promising that life would never again be destroyed by a flood. Now we move on to Abraham. Abraham was the great ancestor of many nations. His reputation was faultless. He kept the law of the Most High and made a covenant with him. A covenant marked on his body through what? That circumcision. Cutting that foreskin off, man. It says what? When he was put to the test, he was found faithful. And so the Lord made him a solemn promise that his descendants will be a blessing to the world. What's descendants? You have to go back into the history to follow the account. Because it told you, what? And Isaac shall thy seed be called. You see, that's who the nations are going to be blessed through. That seed that came forth from Isaac, which are who? The 12 tribes of Israel by way of our forefather Jacob. That's how all the nations are going to be blessed. And when we come into our rulership, when we come into our blessing, when we get this earth going back into that righteous way by establishing the laws, statutes, and commandments on the planet, you see, in full force. And by us doing that, man, the earth is going to flourish again. The nations are going to be, they're going to have a true standard to follow, which is going to cause life to flourish. It's going to cause everything to be back in the proper order, man. That's how the nations are going to be blessed. By us coming, being established upon the throne, man, beginning with our Lord Yahweh Shah. You see that? And all that was established through our forefather Abraham, man. It says that their number would be countless as the stars of heaven for multitude, like the dust of the earth, that they would be honored more than any other people on earth. Why? Because the Israelites are the Most High's chosen people, man. Matter of fact, let's get a precept on that. This is Deuteronomy. Yeah. Deuteronomy 7 and 6, real quick. See what it says in the GNT. Deuteronomy, what was it, 6 and 7? I'm tripping. This is Deuteronomy 7 and 6. It says, do this because you belong to Yahweh your power. From all the peoples of the earth, he chose you to be his own special people. You see that? The Most High put us above all nations, man. That's what he ordained. He chose the Israelites, the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to be the special people, the chosen people above all nations. And he's about to put his people back on top where he always wanted them to be so we can rule in righteousness. You see? So it goes back on to say, Sirach 44 and 21, and so the Lord made him a solemn promise that his descendants would be a blessing to the world, that their number would be countless like the dust of the earth, that they would be honored more than any other people on earth. And that's what we're about to come into, man. The Most High is about to bring his people into great honor, man, beginning with the remnant. It says what? And that their land would extend from sea to sea, from the Euphrates to the ends of the earth, because the earth is about to be given back into the possession of who? The Israelites, man. It tells you that in Daniel 7 and 18, if I'm not mistaken, that the saints shall take the kingdom. What is the kingdom, man? The planet Earth is the kingdom. It's about the entire planet Earth is about to be given over into the possession of the Israelites, man. Matter of fact, let's see what Daniel says in Daniel 7 and 18 says in GNT real quick. There we go. Daniel 7. Daniel 7 and 18. Where are you at, man? Daniel 7 and 18 says what? And the people of the supreme power will receive royal power and keep it forever and ever. We're about to come into rulership, man. That's what the royal power is. Us having complete supremacy and dominion over the entire planet Earth. And what we say is what's going to go. It tells you that in Isaiah 2, also in Micah chapter 4. You see? All the nations are going to come to earth, us to learn the righteous ways. And our way, the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to be the only way. Because it is the only way. It's the only righteous path, you see, on this earth, man. Anything outside of that is off. And that's what we're going to establish once we come into power, man. This is what Yahushua is coming to set up when he returns. And all nations will be under our rule forevermore. Going back to a promise that the Most High made unto our forefather Abraham, man. So we go back. Matter of fact, yeah, let's keep going. So this is the last few verses on this one. I can say this will be the part 1, and this is, like I said, it goes on for a while, but I think I might just read it all in different parts. But it goes on to say, this is Sirach chapter 44 and 22. It goes into who? Isaac and Jacob. So this is us being given a rundown of those righteous fathers, man. And it also streamlines who the Most High is dealing with. You don't read about any heathen righteous men in these accounts, man. It's because the Most High is not dealing with the heathen nations, man. No heathen is righteous. That only can be tied to the Israelites. And what we're reading about is who the Most High is dealing with. The Most High never talks about the Gentiles being a part of this or whatever you pagan Christians are believing. This is about the lineage of the sons of God, man, going all the way back to our forefather Adam. And you're going to see in the coming parts. But it goes on to say, Genesis 44 and 22, it says what? Isaac and Jacob. The Lord renewed that covenant with Isaac and then again with Jacob, showing you who the covenant is for, man. It's not for all people. It only pertains to a specific lineage, a specific seed line, a specific progeny, man, a specific family. This is what the Bible is talking about. And the Most High is bringing us back into these things that he's promised unto our family, man. You see? It says what? Verse 22, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua renewed that covenant with Isaac and then again with Jacob, repeating the promise that Abraham's descendants would be a blessing to the whole human race. By what? By us coming into power and ruling in righteousness. That's a blessing for everyone on the planet, man. You see? Us ruling the earth, it causes peace on earth. It causes righteousness to flourish. It causes everything to be in order. No more polluted waterways. No more polluted air. No more GMO foods. No more disorder in marriages. No more children being preyed upon. You see, no more overfishing. No more extinct animals. No more fucking bees fucking dying off and can't pollinate, so the trees are not growing how they're supposed to be growing. Just everything is going to be put back in order up under the Israelites, and that's going to be a blessing to the heathen nations. No more nations being allowed to worship false idols or eat whatever they want to eat. No, man. Everything's about to be put back in order up under the sons of God, man, who are the Israelites, led by our Lord Yahushua, and under him King David with the rest of the 144,000. This is what's being established in the earth, man. This is why the nations will be blessed. Us coming into rulership and doing it the right way as the Most High's people, leading with these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. You see? And this is going to be the only way to follow on the earth. And if you don't want to get down with the program, we're just going to put your ass to death. And that's what the law calls for, man. It goes on to say, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua assured Jacob. He assured Jacob. What does assured mean? Let's go to that word assured. Let's see what that means, man. Shit. Webster. Assure. Assured or assuring is what? To make sure or certain. You see? To make certain the coming or attainment of, guarantee. So he guaranteed our forefathers, man. He made a guarantee unto our forefathers. And then swore upon himself that he would do it, man. He says what? The Lord assured Jacob that he would bless him. He gave him the land that would be his, dividing it into 12 parts, one for each of the tribes, man. Just like the Most High said he would, going back to that promise and that oath that he made unto our forefather Abraham, that land that he sojourned in would be an everlasting possession for him and his seed after him for an everlasting possession. The Most High kept that promise. He's gonna fully fulfill it by bringing his people back into this land once and for all, man. That's what's going to happen when Yahweh returns. He's going to gather the remnant, and we're going to go back into our land. You see, but these are the righteous men that the Most High holds in high regard, man. Our forefathers, our ancestors. You see, and we continue to follow in their path, man. We're going to be highly regarded too when it's all said and done. You see? This is who we should be looking towards. Fuck a Jay-Z and a goddamn whoever. Fuck them niggas, man. Them niggas are nobody. Them niggas gonna be the less in the kingdom, man. The least in the kingdom. These are the righteous men that we should be looking toward and being in awe of, man, and recognizing how great they are because what? They stood stiffly for the name of the Lord, man. They walked in his way, they walked in obedience, they walked in fear. You see? And like the scriptures tell you, if a man doesn't have the wisdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he is nothing worth. You see? So all these niggas outside of this, man, they ain't nothing. And that's what the scriptures say. So that'll be the first part, man. Then we'll probably go into 45 and 46 next time. But yeah, man, I just wanted to bring it out because, you know, I was inspired because I was reading through it. So yeah, just hey, man, recognizing our righteous forefathers, man. You see? Those who came before us to be an examples of how we need to walk. And so, Lord willing, that was edifying to your elect because that's what we do it for, man. And like I said, I'll be back with a couple more parts over the next coming days. You know, we just keep it going until we finish it. So, hey, with that, I'm going to end it by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. A double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, and a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful Akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai has created us to do. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wa, Ba, Ba, Ba.